The EU is building a €5.8 billion rail network that will help secure the Baltic states and impact the environment. To understand why, we must first go back 300 years. In 1710, during the Great Northern War, the Swedish dominions of Estonia and Livonia capitulated to the Russians. And 85 years later, the final partition of the Polish-Lithuanian Commonwealth integrated Lithuania into the Russian Empire. Over the next 120 years, the Baltics remained under Russian control. During this time, the region's first rail lines were built, using Russian gauge. Then, after World War I, the Baltic states gained sovereignty, and over the following decades, they built several narrow and standard gauge railways. However, after the Soviet Union reoccupied the Baltics in 1945, they converted these and all new railways back to Russian gauge. For the following 46 years, the Baltics remained under Soviet control until 1991, when the Union dissolved. Now independent, Estonia, Latvia, and Lithuania quickly focused their attention on integrating themselves with the Western community and the rest of the European economy. However, there was a problem. Due to its past, almost all of the Baltics railways were Russian gauge, which are incompatible with the standard gauge railways that most of Europe uses. This created a serious transport bottleneck. Any passengers or freight traveling between the Baltics and the rest of the EU would have to stop at the border and transfer over to another train before continuing onwards. To solve this inefficiency, in the early 1990s, a proposal for a new standard gauge railway across the Baltics was introduced. However, it was soon placed on the back burner. Then, on May 1st, 2004, all three of the Baltic states were incorporated into the European Union. As new member states, integrating their rail networks with the rest of the EU was now a major priority. As a result, in 2006, the transport ministers of Poland, Lithuania, Latvia, Estonia, and Finland signed a declaration of intent to build a new standard gauge railway across the Baltics, named Rail Baltica. 4 years later, they signed a memorandum of understanding, and in 2011, a feasibility study was conducted by AECOM. In 2014, a joint venture named RB Rail AS was established to manage the project. And finally, in 2017, a cost-benefit analysis was conducted by Ernst & Young. The analysis, which found that Rail Baltica's benefits vastly outweighed its costs, gave the green light for the project to begin development. Rail Baltica calls for a new 870-kilometer-long standard gauge railway stretching across the Baltics, from Warsaw, Poland to Tallinn, Estonia. Eventually, it may even be extended to Helsinki, Finland, through a $15 billion, 50-kilometer-long undersea tunnel across the Gulf of Finland. Along this route will be 7 international passenger stations in Tallinn and Pärnu, Estonia, Riga and Riga Airport, Latvia, and Panevėžys, Kaunas, and Vilnius, Lithuania. There is also potential for even more regional stations between these. In addition, along the route, there will be 3 multimodal freight terminals in Muuga Harbor, Estonia, Salaspils, Latvia, and Kaunas, Lithuania, to create synergy with the existing Russian gauge rail network. Rail Baltica, which will be all electric, will run entirely on renewable energy and will be equipped with the EU's ERTMS system for signaling and communications. It will carry both passengers and freight with a max speed of 234 kilometers per hour for passenger trains and 120 kilometers per hour for freight trains. To allow for this faster travel, Rail Baltica's already existent Polish section will be upgraded. The route, which is designed to seamlessly integrate with its surroundings, will avoid Natura 2000 nature protection zones, will minimize impacts on environmentally sensitive areas, will include noise barriers, and will have approximately 38 special animal passages. In addition, to promote safety, the route will have fences along its whole length, 2-level intersections with roads and other railways, and pedestrian overpasses and tunnels. Once operational, Rail Baltica will run frequently, with service between Tallinn and Warsaw/Vilnius 4 times a day, and service between Vilnius and Warsaw up to 10 times a day. In addition, night trains to Berlin will be offered. By 2030, it is estimated these routes will carry 5 million passengers and 16 million tons of cargo a year. The railway, which is the largest Baltic region infrastructure project in over a century, is estimated to cost €5.8 billion. Of this, 85% is planned to be funded by the EU's CEF fund, whereas the other 15% is planned to be funded by the Baltic states' national governments. Further out, the project is a critical part of the EU's Trans-European Transport Network, or TEN-T, an over €600 billion planned infrastructure network across the EU. In order to build large infrastructure megaprojects such as Rail Baltica, a whole lot of math and science knowledge is needed. If you want to learn more about these topics, then today's sponsor, Brilliant.org, is just for you. With Brilliant, you can explore hundreds of fascinating topics, including math, physics, computer science, and much more, through thousands of fun and interactive lessons. Right now, I'm enjoying Brilliant's course on the physics of the everyday. In it, I'm learning how toilets, refrigerators, solar power, and much more work. However, I'm most looking forward to the lesson on beam and truss bridges, which are a major component of Rail Baltica. As anyone in the tech world knows, if you're not staying ahead of the game by building new skills, you're falling behind. To stay ahead and unlock the secrets of the universe, join Brilliant now and get a 30-day free trial by clicking the link in the description. And for the first 200 people, you will also get 20% off your annual subscription. Thank you, Brilliant, and now back to the video. Rail Baltica will provide a list of benefits for the region. First of all, it will integrate the Baltics into the larger European rail network, filling in the missing link of the North Sea-Baltic TEN-T corridor. This will result in more efficient passenger and freight traffic between the Baltics and the rest of Europe, most notably with the large container ports in the North Sea. This increased efficiency will lower costs, saving an estimated €2.9 billion in freight transport. In addition, Rail Baltica will slash commute times. Tallinn to Riga will be cut from 4 hours by car to only an hour and 42 minutes by train, and Tallinn to Vilnius will be cut from 7 hours 40 minutes by car to only 3 hours 38 minutes by train. This increased efficiency will save an estimated 5.3 million passenger hours, or 604 years, every year. Furthermore, by utilizing a fully electric system, Rail Baltica will save an estimated €7.1 billion in climate change costs. Moreover, the project will reduce noise and air pollution, and by providing a safer alternative to car traffic, could save up to 400 human lives over 29 years. Lastly, the project will create 13,000 direct jobs and up to 23,000 more indirectly during the construction phase, as well as 800 permanent jobs when operational. In total, Rail Baltica's measurable socio-economic benefits tally up to €16.2 billion, compared to €5.8 billion for its cost. This number excludes other immeasurable benefits though, such as increased tourism, new business creation, increased attractiveness to foreign direct investment, and access to new trade markets. Even further out, Rail Baltica will also provide larger macroscopic benefits. It will boost economic activity within the Baltics, unite the Baltic people, help open up Europe to the quickly expanding Arctic corridor, and by establishing military mobility with their allies in Europe, will contribute to the security of the Baltic states, a concern especially relevant after Russia's recent invasion of Ukraine. Since 2017, Rail Baltica has made significant progress. In 2019, construction started on its first project, the Sastinome Viaduct in Estonia, a highway overpass over the future railway. And on November 23, 2020, construction on Rail Baltica Riga Central Station began, followed by Riga Airport Station in June 2021. Over the past couple years, access roads have been built, design works have advanced, and first phase projects, including bridges, viaducts, and animal crossings, have begun construction. As of 2023, the railway is still in the design phase, with more than 640 kilometers of route now in the advanced design phase. Contracts are being awarded, and geotechnical and archaeological research is underway along the route to test the soil environment and protect historical sites before construction begins. Over the next year, design works will be completed, and finally, when sufficient funds are acquired from the EU, large-scale construction will commence. Currently, Rail Baltica is planned to open to the public sometime between 2028 and 2030. When completed, it will unite the Baltics with the rest of Europe's rail network, transforming the region's economy and serving as a model for similar projects all across the world. If you enjoyed this video, it would be amazing if you like and subscribe to Futurology for more videos on the megaprojects, space, technology, and trends shaping our future. Thanks for watching, and see you next time.